Dr. Céline Gounder is an infectious disease specialist and epidemiologist, and she was also a member of President Biden's COVID advisory committee during that transition. Dr. Gounder, first off, good morning, and thank you so much for being with us. With all these questions now surrounding the vaccine, and especially this booster shot, who is included in this group when we talk about high-risk individuals?
It's a great question, Morgan. What we're really talking about are people who have underlying conditions that mean that if they do get COVID, they are much more likely to end up in the hospital, to end up dying. And what we have seen is people who have severe diabetes, for example, who are quite obese, who have issues with cardiovascular disease, or in other words, having had a heart attack or having had a stroke, people who might be on dialysis. These are the folks who are really at highest risk of complications from COVID and who should also be considered for an additional dose of vaccine.
And Dr. Gounder, what does it mean for the rest of Americans, those under 65 who are not high risk? Pfizer's data has already shown that the vaccine's efficacy wanes over time. So why wait on recommending it more broadly?
I think when we talk about vaccine effectiveness, it's really important to be specific about what we're talking about. Are we talking about infections? Are we talking about hospitalization? Are we talking about death? It's actually quite normal for there to be some waning of your immunity, of your antibodies after an initial vaccination, or for that matter, infection. If your antibodies remained high for the rest of your life to every single infection or vaccination you'd ever had, your blood would literally turn to sludge. And this is why the body has another system, memory cells, which are poised and ready to kick in if you're re-exposed. But there is a bit of a delay, which means that they may not prevent every infection, but they protect you against severe disease, hospitalization, and death.
And speaking of that protection, Dr. Gounder, let's just back up for a minute here. 54% of Americans are vaccinated, but what about the unvaccinated? I mean, we know that they are more likely to suffer more complications, but are they actually more likely to spread the virus or pose a larger risk to the rest of the population, including those who are vaccinated?
Yeah, Morgan, the vast majority of the transmission that's occurring is by people who are not vaccinated. If you are vaccinated and you've had a breakthrough infection, you may be infectious to others, but it's for a much shorter period of time. So you have much less time in which that you could be transmitting that infection onto others.
Dr. Céline Gounder, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate your expertise and your time.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.